want to talk about grief and recommend two books that to me speak about it in the most human, raw, and honest way. I should say first, I've been fortunate enough not to experience a deep personal loss yet. But maybe that's exactly why I choose to read about it, to try and understand something that feels both inevitable and unknowable at the same time. The first book I want to recommend I've just finished, The Year of Magical Thinking by Joan Didion. It's her autobiographical reflection following her husband's death while her only daughter is critically ill also. She lets us into her thoughts, the rituals she clings to, the memories that surface. She writes, "Grief turns out to be a place none of us know until we reach it." That's why I think autobiographical writing feels like the most powerful way to explore this topic, both for the reader and the writer. While reading Didion, I couldn't help but think about the book that I've read a few years ago now, A Matter of Death and Life by Irvin and Marilyn Yalom. They started writing this book together chapter by chapter, as they aged, reflecting on their life, their marriage, relationship, legacy, and facing the end together. But it's not a spoiler that halfway through the book Marilyn dies, and Irvin continues to write the book alone. Being an existential psychiatrist himself, he understood very well intellectually what he was experiencing. But again, as Didion says, no one knows grief before they live it. And essentially the second half of the book is Irvin living it. It's one of the most quietly devastating things that I've ever read, but also grounding. Because both of these books, Didion's and Yalom's, they don't dramatize loss, they just tell the truth of it. And while they're obviously not light reads, in my opinion, they're necessary ones. Losing someone is, at the end of the day, a universal and very human experience. And at some point, many of us have already experienced that or will do so. And maybe reading about it helps to know that we're not alone. If you have any recommendations of books about grief and loss, I would be very grateful. Thanks.